Test. Welcome, soccer fans. OCA Media is proud to bring you this exciting Oregon Panthers soccer match tonight. Tonight, live from Huntoon Field, the Oregon Panthers host the DeForest Norskies. This is Jeff Rohr along with Hayden and bringing you all of tonight's exciting action right here from OCA Media, your home of Panther Sports. OCA Media would like to welcome our sponsors whose financial support make this Panther Sports broadcast possible. The Village of Oregon, a great place to live, work, and play. The Oregon School District, actively building competency, character, culture, and community. The Oregon Athletic Booster Club, doing great things for all Panther sports. Your membership dues directly support your student athletes. Please consider becoming a booster today. Oregon Area Cares Community Coalition. Parenting teens is hard. We're here to help. OregonAreaCares.org. Culvers of Oregon. Stoughton Health, Hy-Vee grocery stores, and Pizza Pit. And of course, Panther Exteriors is your scoreboard sponsor for Panther Soccer. Panther Exteriors, your hometown exterior experts, proudly serving residents throughout Pantherland. We greatly appreciate your sponsorship to make these broadcasts happen. Again, tonight, the Panthers take on the DeForest Norskies. We're going to throw it over to Hayden to tell you a little bit about both teams and what to expect in tonight's match.
Hey, I am super excited for tonight's match between the Oregon Panthers and the DeForest Norskies. This is a conference game and basically a decider. Both teams completely tied, so whoever wins this game is top of the conference. DeForest coming into this game, 8 wins, 1 loss, and 4 ties. Oregon coming into the game, 6 wins, 5 losses, and 4 ties. Oregon coming off of a loss at Eau Claire Memorial. I believe the result was 1-3, but tying with Hudson 2-2 on Friday, their game, the last home game since tonight. And yeah, I'm really excited. Both teams very close in goal percentage. I mean, DeForest with a 2.7% or 2.7 goals per game, and Oregon with 2.8 goals per game. So that should just give you an idea of how close these two teams are.
Very tightly matched, it sounds like, going into tonight. Norskies with an 8-1 record, and you mentioned the Panthers at 6-5, and with a couple of ties in there. Those losses with the Panthers, though, the records might be a little deceiving, Hayden.
Oh yeah, I mean, Eau Claire Memorial, Marquette, Verona, they did lose to Sauk Prairie in a very close one. That definitely was a fluke and not meant to happen, but good play from them. But yeah, 3 out of the 4 teams that Oregon has lost to have almost some of the most wins in the state for Division I soccer. So definitely should not be ashamed of losing those.
Oregon playing a very challenging schedule, as Oregon has been a perennial power for years, taking on a challenging schedule to really test themselves and make themselves playoff ready. DeForest, I don't know much about their schedule, so it'll be interesting to see how they play against the Panthers tonight.
Yeah, their schedule is actually a lot similar to Oregon. Not many, they haven't played too many of the same opponents so far, but DeForest did end up beating Sauk Prairie, which is one of the 4 teams that Oregon lost to, and they tied 2-2 against Memorial, and that's about the only 2 I could really find or remember that they've both played. So should be, as I said, a very good match. As I've said a lot of times this season, Oregon playing a lot of very good competition, and just excited to see how it plays out tonight.
Tonight is youth night here at Huntoon Field, so we expect a pretty large crowd. Already a fairly large crowd is assembled as we just about get ready to bring the folks to center field for the introductions. The entire Oregon Panther team will be announced tonight, as they do have their youth companions with them. So it should be a great atmosphere tonight, Hayden.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, the fences alongside the stands will be packed along with the stands themselves, and that just makes for a great atmosphere for the game.
Looking forward to that as well. Again, we do appreciate everybody's support. If you would like to be a sponsor of OCA Media, you can contact Paul at ocamedia.com. If you'd like to check out other broadcasts or rewatch previous broadcasts, you can go to ocamedia.org. or you can check out their YouTube channel just by going to YouTube and searching OCA Media, all one word. We're going to bring the teams to center field along with the youth tonight that are escorting them. So we're going to just hand things off here to the PA announcer for the starting lineups and, of course, the national anthem. As soon as that gets done, we'll return and talk a little bit more about this game.
Good evening, soccer fans, and welcome to Huntoon Field, where we are celebrating Youth Night as the Oregon High School boys varsity soccer team hosts the DeForest Norskies in a Badger Large Conference matchup. Please take a moment and welcome tonight's officials. Thank you for all you do to allow these high school athletes the chance to compete tonight. Oregon High School would like to welcome all the boys and girls soccer players in attendance tonight. Most of the boys' varsity players themselves grew up playing for an Oregon soccer club team at some point and are likely to remember coming to a youth night game when they themselves were younger. This year's players on the varsity team have been attending the practices and games of many Oregon soccer club teams. The teams they have been supporting have adopted them tonight and will be recognized alongside them. OHS Boys Soccer Program would like to thank the Oregon Soccer Club for its strong and positive ongoing partnership. This partnership is one reason that Oregon remains soccer strong. Before we meet those Oregon players and their sponsoring youth teams, let's meet tonight's starting lineup for the visitors from DeForest. First, in goal, a senior, number 1, Tucker Schmidt. A defender, a freshman, number 3, Carter Deming. Another defender, senior, number 4, Ian Fries. In the midfield, a senior, number 5, and a captain, Thomas Taylor. A junior defender, number 6, Caleb Brandel. A senior midfielder, number 8, Jose Valise. Number 10, a junior midfielder, Jacob Tutai. A sophomore midfielder, number 12, Blake Lovick. Number 17, a senior in midfield and also captain, Eli Engel. A freshman midfielder, number 18, Brad Powers. And finally, a senior midfielder, number 23, Tate Angiseth. DeForest is coached by Kevin Kravashik, assisted by Josh Howard and Matt Scharf. And now, as promised, here are your Oregon varsity boys soccer players and the Oregon Soccer Club team supporting them tonight. First, we have number 0, Noah Hansen, number 6, Jacob Yorger, and number 7, Juan Carcano with the U9 Oregon Twisters. Number 3, Max Westfield, and number 14, Mac Holker with the U9 Oregon Cyclones. Number 21, Nesh Dobo, and number 24, Alex Seitz with the U10 Oregon Tornadoes. Number 1, Hans Kiesau, and number 10, Federico Mariani with the U11 Oregon Tempest. Number 2, Carson Stebbins, and number 5, Keegan Langlaw with the U9 Oregon Dazzle. Number 4, Drew Yachman, and number 11, Cameron Eck with the U10, U11 Oregon Marvel. Number 13, Kyler Keogh, and number 15, Henry Kreckman with the U12 Oregon Rogues. Number 8, Chris Carcano, number 16, Keegan Cram, and number 17, Liam Holtzen with the 2013 Girls Orange. And the team's most valuable players, managers Ashley Alfaro, Jasmine Shivington, and Crystal Ortega with the U7 Fireball Cheetahs. The Oregon Panthers are coached by Chris Mitchell, assisted by Eric Kirsten and Mr. Kevin May. At this time, to honor America and those defending our freedom, we ask those who are able to please rise, remove your hats, and join us for the playing of the national anthem. DeForest High School, Oregon High School, and the WIAA require good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators at education-based interscholastic events. Accordingly, we request your cooperation by supporting tonight's participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, sexist, or ethnic comments or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. On behalf of Oregon Athletic Director Brittany Spencer Grant, good luck to all coaches and competitors. We hope everyone will enjoy tonight's event in the spirit of positive sportsmanship. Finally, as always, Oregon High School is proud to have OCA Media here live streaming tonight's match. If your friends and family were not able to make it out to Huntoon Field tonight, call or text. Let them know they can watch this game live at ocamedia.com or by going to YouTube and searching OCA Media. And finally, tonight's concession stand operated by the Oregon Boosters is open for business. If you happen to wander over and miss a play, don't forget you can replay it over and over on OCA Media on YouTube.
All right, welcome back, soccer fans. Once again, this is Jeff Rohr along with Hayden Lorenz doing the call tonight for tonight's matchup between the Oregon Panthers and the DeForest Norskies. This is a conference match between the two of them, and as Hayden alluded to earlier, this will be to take the lead in the conference standings tonight. So it should be a great matchup between the two squads. Hayden, some last-minute thoughts before the teams square off here?
I mean, yeah, I couldn't think of a more perfect game for youth night. I mean, planning was immaculate. And as we mentioned in the pregame debrief, the DeForest Norskies are coming in with a better record than the Panthers, but both teams have a very close goal per game percentage against some of the same teams, but Oregon playing a little bit harder of opponents so far since DeForest don't play the same teams. But yeah, should be an amazing match tonight, and I just can't wait. I mean, I don't know if you guys could hear in my voice before the match how excited I am, but this should be a game as fun as the Monona Grove match if you got to see that.
And we've got a new starter tonight, Keegan Cram, number 16 for the Panthers. You've done a few games since my last game, Hayden, but I don't think that Keegan started before. And I noticed a notable starter, Doble, not in the starting lineup tonight.
Yeah, Keegan Cram, I've done solo commentary a little bit on him, and the 2 home games, I believe he actually did end up starting the last home game or against Hudson, and he's really, really improved. They brought him up from JV at the beginning of this season for one of the home games, and he really delivered, and he's just really been continuing to deliver. He's really good at getting those threaded balls through a lot of defenders, and he's just a really good asset on defense that the Panthers need.
So the Panthers are starting out with possession right now. Awesome, excellent possession build-up and a nice shot on goal. That did come from number 2, Stebbins. So the Panthers with a little early opportunity. Keeper makes a save and puts it upfield, puts on the punt. Intercepted by the Panthers. Now controlled by DeForest. DeForest trying to put it over the top. Going to be tough to put over the top. Very tall back line for the Oregon Panthers. A lot of teams not used to that much height. Great step there. That's number 6. That does come from Jorger. He puts it out wide. That was to Stebbins. Stebbins looks to cross. Didn't quite get the height on that one. It's cleared by DeForest.
Yeah, the speed on Stebbins there is just amazing. To have him go down that wing and really put these crosses in is going to be essential for this team.
Great little through ball there by number 11. That's Eck. He was able to find his man, but eventually it goes out of bounds, and we're going to have a throw-in for Oregon. And that was Westfield that just couldn't quite get past the last defender.
Yeah, watching a few of the past Oregon home games, a lot of Oregon's goals, as the same in the season, have come from corner kicks. And corner kicks from Mac Holker have been sublime compared to other teams. I mean, I'd say nearly half of Oregon's goals that I've witnessed have been from corner kicks, so they'll be looking to get a lot of corners tonight.
Jorger just over the top of the head of Westfield there, now cleared by DeForest. But back there to clear was Kreckman. Now Jorger again. Stebbins, always so quick. Great feet there. Now out to Holtzen. Holtzen trying to play that through ball, but couldn't quite get it there. Westfield looking to make the run. Not able to connect, though. Now back in control. I believe that was Cram. Finds the middle. Switches the field. Jorger with a nice run. He's going to look to play it outside to Stebbins. Stebbins takes his man on. Great speed off the defender, and we're getting our first corner kick of the night. You were just mentioning those corners from Helker as they've really been coming on the last few games.
As he will be the one taking it again, as usual. Oregon liking to play a lot of short corners, as you see here, over to Stebbins, and get another corner off of that. A lot of the short corners, I don't usually see them work out too much, but Holker will usually dish it off to Stebbins, see if he can get a little dribble, get closer to get maybe a better cross.
And they do get another corner out of it. Stebbins looking to bait his man into going back towards Helker, and was able to do that and get a nice cross off, just nobody home. So it's going to be a throw into Oregon.
Oregon usually doing a great job on offense and are doing it at the moment, where they love to put a lot of pressure on the teams on defense and have them kick the ball out for a corner as a shot.
Nice turn. That was Westfield, I believe. Looks like it didn't get off clean, and it's going to go up for a throw-in deep in the corner to DeForest. Just couldn't quite get his hips all the way around on it. Good throw. Helker was there, as was Seitz. Now Kreckman. He's going to play it all the way back to Hansen. Back out to Kreckman. Nice little step through by Kreckman there, and up to Holtzen. Holtzen wearing the captain's armband tonight, as is Seitz. He clears it up the line. Stebbins looks to keep it in play. Doesn't quite get there. It's going to be a throw into DeForest. Nice little play there. Quick cross and a quick clear.
Good pass by Cram there.
Holtzen was looking for Westfield, didn't connect on feet though. Now Eck shuts down his man. Good passing for DeForest. Jorger. Nice job by Hansen. Punts it out of there. Punches, rather, it out of there. And nice clear by Westfield. A little miscommunication there between Westfield and Keogh. Another, I won't call him new starter, as Keogh has played quite a bit, and I think he has seen one other start, but noticing Yachman out of the starting lineup tonight and Keogh in tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Yachman plays brilliantly when they let him come out as a substitution. They attempted to start him in a game earlier in the season, and he just kind of looked a little bit kind of confused. Not sure why, but then they next game tried it out, had him as a substitution while the game was starting, and when he came in, he seemed to be a lot more comfortable. So I wonder if he just prefers being on the bench right away, I guess.
Nice to have that kind of depth, though, where you can bring in guys who plug right in as well as starters.
Oh, yeah.
Nice throw there by Kreckman, but didn't find anybody. Cram out to Holtzen. Now back to Holtzen. Tries to play it up to Keogh. Right back to Holtzen. Nice give and go there. Back to Keogh. Looking for help to Holtzen. Nice touch inside. That was a great first touch by Holtzen. He's looking to cross it all the way over to Stebbins. Didn't quite get it all the way there, but I like the idea. Just needs to get a little more lace on that cross.
Oh, yeah. Holker just received the ball just a little bit too big of a touch. Gave the ball away. Now DeForest with possession in Oregon's half.
DeForest trying to take his man on. Not able to. Ran out of sideline. It's going to be a throw into Oregon. This will be Kreckman. Trying to play quickly. Finds Westfield. Ball out of bounds. DeForest throw.
Yeah, you'll see Oregon love to play fast on those throws, and a lot of the times free kicks as well. They love to catch teams off guard and not prepared, and it really gives them the edge in a few situations.
Great throw and great cross. I don't think Kreckman was properly positioned to be stride for stride and let that cross cleanly through. Hansen there was no DeForest player there, but it was interesting. Great little heel flick there from Stebbins. Love that.
Stebbins.
Now Holtzen. Nice job by the keep.
Threw the ball just a little bit too much there.
A little surprised that the referees are letting the DeForest keeper get away with such a light-colored penny situation.
Yeah.
In goal, given the color of the white jerseys.
Yeah, I did notice that DeForest's backup keeper had a jersey on, so I'm not quite sure why their starting keeper doesn't have it on. As we did,
Nice header, Eck there.
I did kind of notice, when looking at home games that Oregon has played against tougher opponents as Hudson, the defense seems to kind of panic a little bit and not be kind of, I guess, used to playing opponents that are so good at possessing on their attack. And Oregon getting a little bit better each game, but definitely looks like sometimes they're caught off guard on how good some opponents' attacking is.
We spoke earlier this season in some of the first few games that there seemed to be a lack of composure along the back line, and then somewhere along a few games ago, it looked like it was really improving quite a bit, but level of competition has a great deal of influence on that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I also think it takes a little bit. Sometimes Oregon will start off slow, and then once it gets near halftime, or maybe takes them until after halftime, they'll really get in their groove. I mean, I don't know if good through ball. DeForest shot one-on-one.
And they finish. That through ball went through the back line. They couldn't match the speed. Hansen came out, tried to get big. But the DeForest player, that's number 10 for DeForest that finished that play. That's Jacob Tudai.
real first attacking chance for DeForest there.
Clock needs to be stopped. You'll hear a lot of people yelling.
Oh, yeah.
So for you soccer fans out there, they're actual knowledgeable soccer fans. In high school soccer, they actually stop the clock on stoppages of play. There is no extra time.
Oh, yeah. That is a little bit hard to keep track of at this level, but I'm surprised that they actually don't have it.
That was DeForest's first shot on goal. So at the 10-minute mark of the first half, DeForest takes an early 1-0 lead on that Panther Exteriors scoreboard.
Yeah, just a little bit of miscommunication, it looked like. I mean, there was 3 Oregon defenders against 1 DeForest attacker there, and that was really good speed by number 10.
Really a pretty terrible direct kick there as well.
Yeah, a little bit too fast. Didn't wait for the defender to get out of the way.
Now Oregon playing quickly. Maintaining possession. That's Jorger. Stebbins fighting. Now Helker. Helker takes that one out of the air. Nice little inside to Westfield. Westfield keeps his feet. Holtzen. Stebbins. Nice little overlap run there by Holtzen. Now Jorger out of the air. Just not able to get that first touchdown. DeForest with some numbers. Now that went way too long, went into Hanson's hands, but it did look to me like man would have been offsides had it been.
Yeah, seems to be a lot of speed on the side of DeForest's attack. A lot of their players really getting up quick whenever they get possession in Oregon's half, and that is a really good trait to have where you can build an attack, a counterattack very fast.
Big leg on that cross, a little too big, and it's going to go to DeForest. DeForest, their speed, their composure, their skill, just massive improvements in just a few short years. You wonder what's going on with the youth and the high school program to see this kind of increase, because it was just maybe 4 years ago where an Oregon team would take on DeForest and beat them maybe by double digits.
Yeah, definitely, and that's what I was wondering before this matchup to see. I was a little shocked to see how well DeForest were doing this season because of their past years, and great job so far this season. I mean, they've been doing incredible for compared to other years.
Nice job by Jorger keeping that ball in play. Now Ack tracks this down. Loses possession though. Now Seitz up to Westfield, to Holtzen. Nice job by Holtzen. I like they tried to stay with it. Good composure there by Eck. Eck playing it back to Hanson. Hanson takes the safe way out, and I don't blame him, and just kicks it out of bounds. He was put under duress by Eck's pass back to him.
Yeah, the DeForest attacker, they're reading that perfectly. I could see him already pre-timing his run before the pass back to the keeper was even played.
Great head clear by Jorger. That could have been a high kick. It was right in the defender's face. Really a quick release on that shot, and it was a heck of a shot. It did end up going wide. But again, I'll go back to the play that actually set that up. You had a foot literally inches away from the defender's face and no call by the referee. Interesting.
Yeah, I think that's the second high kick I've seen of the night. Seitz having one earlier that a little bit debatable, not to call it, but ref letting him play.
Some good pace on that ball on the ground. Those are actually a lot more difficult to save than you would believe by a keeper because it is on the ground with pace. A keeper can only get to the ground as fast as gravity will take him.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, I've played keeper a few times when my team needs one, and it is scary when you see that ball coming quick at you on the ground because it can change direction really fast, especially if there's a lot of spin on it.
Now outside. Oregon looked pretty good through the first 5 minutes, but all of a sudden that goal came, and now they look a little disorganized.
Yeah, sometimes a goal can definitely offset you. Oregon actually having a pretty good record of when their opponent scores first, they actually bounce back. I mean, the Hudson game, Hudson scored early about 10 minutes into the first half, and then Oregon scored within less than a minute. And then same thing with the Monona Grove game. Monona Grove score early, and Oregon also score within less than a minute. So they're really good at bouncing back and playing a little bit slower tonight than usual.
That clear up field, Stebbins keeping it in. Great hustle by Stebbins. Trying to inspire his team to go hard.
Yeah, and that's what Oregon's going to need if they want to win this game.
Nice job by Helker there. Got a little tied up. Gonna call a foul. I don't think I agree with that. Both players just going for the ball, just got kind of tangled up. It would have been a great place for a no call.
Yeah, not too much contact, but ref thought otherwise.
Stebbins taking that one and blocking it. DeForest now with the ball, out of bounds. That'll be a throw-in, and we're going to get our first substitutions tonight. 4 players coming on for Oregon, 2 for DeForest. Oregon coach clearly a little unhappy since that first goal gave up, looking for some wholesale changes.
Number 10, Federico Mariani, and number 21, Naj Dobo.
Yeah, you'll see when the coaches are happy, you only see about maybe 1 or 2 substitutions. So to see 3 this early definitely means that something's going on in the coach's sideline.
So you got Mariani, Doble, Carcano, and I didn't catch the 4th person there, Hayden. Was it the other Carcano?
I believe so. Yep, Juan Carcano is in the game now. A lot of open DeForest players on the wings so far. Oregon's defense not really prepared to defend that much pressure on the wings, apparently, and a lot of shots attempted so far from DeForest, about 3 so far.
Well, Chris Carcano came into the game at right back. I personally have not seen him at right back this whole season, and he immediately gets attacked and loses that battle.
Yeah, I mean, I usually see a lot of Chris at the midfield, so to see him on defense is interesting. Coaches must be trying out something new.
Now Juan Carcano is trying to apply that pressure up front. Aerial ball being fought for by Helker. Does get the flick, but didn't find any feet.
Stebbins trips over to the DeForest player there.
That ball's going to go out of bounds. We're going to get a throw in for Oregon. They're going to look to play quickly again. Mariani to Doble.
Yeah, I was a little surprised to see Doble not in the starting lineup. He did in the Hudson game, the last home game, did seem to look a little bit
handball
confused. Good free kick now to give Oregon a little bit of possession maybe. But yeah, as I was saying about Dobo, he just looked a little bit out of place in the box the other day, and which is usually unusual. He's really good at getting shots and turn and get a good look, and it was a little bit surprising to see him not in the starting lineup tonight.
Interesting choice to go with that free kick from that point in the field. With the leg that they have, that could have been a shot on frame. Good slide by Seitz. Instead, they went short to Carcano. Carcano just kind of forced the ball right to a defender for really no reason.
Yeah, looking to maybe thread a pass, but no pass really available there.
Pass back by Kreckman to Hansen. Hansen clears, but now controlled by DeForest. Nice job there by Helker. Comes out of it with Mariani. Mariani out wide to Carcano. Yes, there are 2 Carcanos, folks. He takes the touch. He's going to play across to Helker. Helker's going to look to open up. He's going to find Stebbins. Stebbins going to try to take his man on. Does get by him. Able to get that cross off. Nice save by the keeper. That was going to be tight, and it's going to go for, should be a corner kick, unless.
Ref.
Is he saying it went across the end line before the cross?
Yeah, assistant ref claiming that the ball went over the end line, which I was kind of expecting that. I was a little surprised that
it was kind of a late flag, but.
Yeah, whistle wasn't blown super early, but good attempt by Stebbins in the end.
Good flick there. And played back nicely by Seitz. Hansen with composure. Plays it up to Carcano.
DeForest defenders doing a really good job against Oregon's usual strategy, which is to kind of kick it over the top and chase, which, I mean, you can already tell based on their record so far that strategy doesn't seem to really work against teams with good defenses or faster defenses who are really composed. It definitely works against teams that have a weaker defense, but DeForest seems to really have a strong, composed defensive line so far.
That over-the-top through-ball mentality only works against poor teams.
Yeah.
To be blunt about it. Against strong teams, especially with speed on the back line, the only way you're going to score is if you build up nice, controlled possession and just try to score in that final third.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that Oregon really going with that strategy this season, as we've talked about in other games. Considering my first year of high school soccer, the coaches would always tell us this isn't really youth soccer anymore. You can't just send it over to your fastest player and expect them to score every time. And so I'm a little surprised that the coaches seem to have gone back on that a little bit, or maybe the players are just deciding to do that on their own.
I think there's a little bit of a lot of things involved in that. I think that what you're starting to see is other teams are starting to catch up a little bit. They're starting to field stronger programs, but also on the flip side, this team has a lot of athletes, but unlike previous years, these athletes aren't pure soccer players like so many of the teams have been in the past. Mm-hmm. Perhaps a sign of the massive coaching changes that happened around that time in the youth program, because there were 3 very prominent youth coaches back in the day that really guided the program, and last year's seniors were really the last ones to be influenced by them.
Oh yeah, I mean, last year's seniors were really the definition of what Oregon soccer was for at least a few years. I mean, winning state the 2 years that they were juniors and then seniors. And I mean, yes, this is Division I soccer now instead of Division II, but still Oregon playing a lot of the same opponents. Always have played Verona. I don't believe they've played Marquette besides this year, but a lot of the same opponents and not really the results that we've really seen out of this team in past years.
Good interception there by Seitz. Again, clears that up. Now Westfield tries to find Doble, who finds Holtzen. Holtzen out wide. That's Jorger. The Carcano defensive experiment, very short-lived. Now Keogh. He holds up.
Ooh, good idea. Tries to get the pass to Westfield there.
Jorger, nice job right back into Holtzen. Like that composure to find him right away. Now Kreckman. Puts it up to Carcano. Into Westfield. Westfield with a nice move there. Back up to Carcano. Trying to fight for possession. Ball goes out of bounds. Oregon throw.
A lot of good. Oh, you got it.
Tried to find Mariani, just not able to get that on feet.
Yeah, a lot of good man-on-man defense from DeForest so far. I mean, you see Oregon's midfield of Westfield and Holton really struggling to find passing options, taking a lot of time to really look for options, as DeForest really has good marking so far.
Sights in defensive position. Covering for Yorger. Good stacking D now there. Good job intercepting the ball. Now it's going to go up. Yorger going to look for Keogh. Back to Yorger. Going to try to play it upfield to Doble. Just too much on that one. The keeper is there. Makes me wonder if this is their normal starting keeper. Perhaps he forgot his jersey because he's wearing a normal field jersey and just a penny over it.
Yeah, you don't usually see that normally in games, but who knows, still has done a pretty good job. Not many shots, though, that he has to worry about. His defense really doing a lot of the work for him.
Nice slide tackle by Westfield there. He's going to find Holtzen. Back to Sights. Going to play it up to Keogh. Keogh now. Back to Westfield. Westfield to Holtzen. Holtzen controls the midfield to Mariani. Up, oh, just not on feet again.
Yeah, if the midfield of Oregon keeps giving DeForest this many attempts, sooner or later the defense is gonna let one slip. Definitely a shove on number 3 on DeForest, but
Extended the arms, should have been a call.
ref decided not to call it. Might not have seen it fully. There's a lot of players in the way.
Now to Keogh. Keogh needs to learn to keep those passes on the floor. That's 3 times in a row now where a flat pass has hit his feet, but the ball pops up in the air. And I don't think he's understanding how much time and space he's costing himself by allowing that ball to flip into the air.
Yeah, very difficult skill to get down that you'll see the likes of Holtzen and Westfield in the midfield do a pretty good job of, where they get a good pass on the ground where it's very easily, or at least an attacker is very easily able to get a good first touch, and that's really vital for an attack.
You saw in that last one, by it flipping in there, it allowed the time and space to have the defender close.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's literally, had he just been able to trap that cleanly on the ground, that space doesn't close off like that.
Yep, Hanson with the ball has decent amount of options, usually elects to punt. A lot of Oregon just giving away their possession on attack so far. Not really a lot of possession.
Forest player, first one to touch the ball and managed to get a shot off. Yes, it went wide. Defense needs to do a better job, though.
Oh yeah, 100%. They look a little scared there, like a little scared to pressure the ball, a little scared to possibly give a little bit of a shove. And I mean, that's always going to happen if the ball is inside the box. You never want to give away a costly penalty, but to just not really attempt to go for the ball is never going to end very well.
Now Doble gets a touch but can't get through. Was looking for help from Carcano, couldn't get there. Throwing. Finds Doble for a minute. Mariani. Again, throw. Keeps going for Doble. Carcano looking to try and beat his man. Can't quite see who that is on the other side of the field there on the far left there. Hayden, who's been taking the throws.
It's usually Kreckman, but I don't actually know who it was that time. Good pass in the center. Good clear from Sights.
Excellent clear from Sights. Now Carcano controls into Mariani. Looking for Holtzen.
It's a little bit too much in front of him.
Nice job by Sights. That might be Cram there.
Yep, it is. Cram sends it out for a DeForest throw-in. Don't think he realized there was a defender on his back. He looked back and looked surprised.
DeForest throw-in. 3 Oregon players looking to enter the game. Throw finds feet. DeForest in control. Keeps control. Nice give and go. Good job by Keogh. Help defense. Cram on the defense, but ball goes out of play. We're going to get a corner kick for DeForest.
Three subs waiting on the sideline for Oregon. Corner coming in now. Good header by Kreckman.
That's going to go out of bounds, and we're going to get a throw into DeForest. And now with a DeForest player wanting to come on, we're going to get those substitutions. Keogh and Carcano are out, as is Mariani. Helker back in.
As I mentioned before the match, pretty close game so far. I'd say DeForest definitely having more possession on the attack. Oregon starting off pretty strong with the possession on the attack, looking like they were going to have a good chance on goal, and then just took one possession for DeForest and really took the spirit out of a lot of the Oregon's players, it seems. Which soccer is a very easy sport to get down on yourself, even if it is only a 1-goal difference. Cram with a good sent ball to Stebbins.
Stebbins tried to track that down. It was Stebbins, Eck, and Helker back into the game, by the way.
Yeah, always nice to have Stebbins and Holker, and I guess Eck also awesome back into the game. I mean, Holker has that amazing cross potential. Only has gotten 2 crosses so far, both coming right next to each other.
Great job by Stebbins. Westfield not able to control. Now Kreckman. There's another example of not trapping a ball cleanly.
Yeah.
Now Helker. Up to Westfield, back to Helker. Good slide tackle by DeForest. Cram there. No call there.
I believe he lost the ball before he got tripped, but
Kreckman trying to control that. Got a little help from Holton, but not able to control. Now DeForest. Nice trip there, but nice chip. That was a heck of a play. Number 5 for DeForest. Trying to surprise the keeper, but he came from an offsides position to make that play, and I believe they are calling that.
yeah, a little dangerous. I believe he does give the free kick to, he does give the free kick to Hansen after that contact.
I believe it was offside, but based on the flag, I think that was offsides, not a foul.
It definitely could have been. The number 5 for DeForest still recovering and getting back, and I think he was definitely caught offsides.
Hansen, big kick up in the midfield, but no Oregon player there to win the ball. Now Eck. Lost possession. DeForest really doing a great job with possession. Oregon really playing on their heels right now.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of confidence to really start an attack. I mean, just a few kicks up to the DeForest half is about it. Just a lot of dangerous defense.
Nice job there by Kreckman. Impressive play. Now Westfield. Just the ball got caught underneath him, unfortunately.
Yeah, that can definitely happen. It is a little tough when the play is happening so fast to really control the ball, get it down, and think about what you want to do.
Helker to Cram. Back to Helker. Just ran out of real estate.
Yeah, I mean, DeForest doing a great job of not giving Oregon's players room to really start an attack. I mean, playing really fast.
Nice job by Hansen. Well done by Jorger. Nice job by Holtzen. Well done. Just need that player who can maybe just calm things down, slow, almost even slow the pace a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, Oregon definitely trying to play fast. You can definitely tell with a lot of the touches being kind of not really, Oregon's players not really using their head too much and trying to play to the pace that DeForest's defense really has been playing, which is exceptional so far. And Oregon definitely trying to play as well as that, but kind of struggling to do so.
Doble not able to keep that one in. Now DeForest throw, sights to Holtzen. Holtzen trying to make a nifty little play up to Doble, but wasn't able to do it. We're going to get DeForest sub. Harkening back to the pregame conversations, Hayden, a player that we talked about but haven't seen tonight is Yachman.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Was he on the roster?
He is on the roster. I do not see him crossed out.
He could be gone. You never know. There is always the chance of vacations or stuff like that. So possibly not here tonight. I would imagine he'd be playing if he was here.
Didn't know if that an injury maybe occurred this week.
I didn't hear of any. I am good friends with him. I can definitely ask him about it.
Would hate to see that. That's a blatant foul there. I don't know how the referee can possibly swallow the whistle when the player's in from behind and literally pushes the player down.
Yeah, really a textbook foul there, but ref decides to keep the play going.
Completely unforced error by Eck there after some great buildup and one-touch passing.
Yeah, and that's what we've been seeing a lot of, actually, is great buildup, but then something happens that really takes the spirit out of the attack. Pushing the back on Yeager there.
But this is what this referee has to expect when he swallows his whistle so many times before that against Oregon. He's just asking for this to continue to happen if he doesn't start blowing his whistle on some of those other plays.
Yeah, definitely going to happen if ref lets him play, then players will say, oh, he didn't call that on when the other team did. We can definitely continue that, and then that's when the disagreements with the refs start, is when you get called for something that you believe the other team just did and did not get called for.
Now, Helker out wide, Stebbins. Stebbins back to Helker. A little miscommunication there. A little behind Helker, but not hard enough for Holtzen.
Yeah, and only 2.5 minutes left in this half, and threw a ball to Holtzen. Gonna have an opportunity. Oh!
What a great opportunity by Holtzen. Just places it wide. Had a great idea. Had it on the floor, looking for that back corner. Just a little wide.
Yeah, and with his weaker foot, left foot, still a good shot opportunity. Just flashes a little wide. I couldn't really tell. It looked to have an angle where it could have been a cross.
Brought down by Jorger. Nice job by Jorger. Putting that out of play. Now Doble. Seen that now 2 times in a row where a great big kid like Doble has been absolutely out-muscled by a smaller player.
Yeah, Doble's seeming a little out of it right now, but could take him a little bit. A lot of nerves in this game, especially with the attendance today. You never want to upset the fans, and that could be getting into a little bit of the players' heads so far, but that's just part of high school soccer, and atmosphere is always going to be a part of a sport.
Nice job beating the defender by Kreckman, but then kind of misses on the second touch. Now inside, DeForest controls. Nicely struck by 17 from DeForest.
Man, I don't even know how he got an attempt from there. Strong left boot there.
That was Eli Engel, the captain. Very strong, really quick turn. Westfield now. We do have 1 minute to play in this half. It is 1-0 DeForest on that Panther Exterior scoreboard. Nice job by Jorger. Tries to nutmeg.
Good job so far.
Just trying to take on the entire team.
Oregon looking to play quick. Yeager with the throw.
About 30 seconds left in this half. Oregon trying to mount one last attack.
Oh yeah, scoreboard is a little bit off from what the feed might be showing right now, but there is 10 seconds starting
10,
now.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
That's another blatant push in the back. Again, the referee swallowing his whistle. That will be half. It is Oregon 0, DeForest 1 at the half. Excellent half of soccer by DeForest. A bit flashes of good, but a little inconsistent from Oregon. Looking to maybe settle things down and collect themselves at half and make some adjustments, Nathan.
Yeah, definitely underwhelming from what we're used to seeing, and their second halves usually are a lot stronger than their first halves. I don't know if Coach May and Coach Mitchell really have a good halftime speech to get them pumped up and back into the second half, but they usually come out stronger, so we will definitely have to see what they come out with.
As we go into this 1-0 advantage to DeForest halftime, we do want to take another opportunity to thank our sponsors. Our sponsors include Culver's of Oregon, Stoughton Health, Hy-Vee Grocery Stores, and Pizza Pit. Of course, the Village of Oregon, a great place to live, work, and play. The Oregon School District, actively building competency, character, culture, and community. The Oregon Athletic Booster Club, doing great things for all Panther sports. Your membership dues directly support your student athletes. Consider becoming a booster today. The Oregon Area Cares Community Coalition, parenting teens is hard. They're here to help. OregonAreaCares.org is where you will find them. Of course, our Panther Exterior Scoreboard is sponsored by Panther Exteriors, your hometown exterior experts, proudly serving residents throughout Pantherland. And don't forget, if you'd like to become a sponsor of OCA Media broadcasts, please contact Paul at ocamedia.com and check out the website at www.ocamedia.com. Last thoughts before we go into half, Hayden?
If you're watching the game, you can definitely see what I'm about to talk about. Oregon seeming to have sparks of brilliance with a lot of good possession and then just one mistake, and DeForest really hops onto it. Brilliant defense from DeForest so far. Their offense taking a lot of shots as well, and defense playing really fast. Oregon trying to match the level of pace that DeForest is displaying and just really not being able to do so, and that's what Oregon's going to need to do if they want to come back into this game in the second half.
We'll see what the coaches can come up with. We're going to go into halftime. Oregon 0, DeForest 1. We'll be back.
You okay? do you have? I've got Henry. Whoever that is. You should just go find someone who has Noah and then you should just trade.
I was thinking about something. Were you a varsity player?
That's what people
I would be in Tucker's spot.
Oh my god, you should. That's such a good idea.
I'm as good as Tucker is right now, and I haven't played for fucking year. Oh,
Her dad.
yes, yeah. Oh. No, to me. Like it. Oh, Jack, when I'm screwed. Go press it.
I literally should have ran.
You got a fidget spinner?
And it's
Yes, Blake.
Yeah, Lauren.
Yes, Blake.
Lauren, where are you going? Yeah, Lauren. Front.
And it's
Always
up.
does this. That one always does this.
Where's Capo Bianco?
That's all right, Grant. Grant, I bet if you stick, Grant, I bet if you stay around, someone's going to drop one. You know
Where's
they're going to
Capo
drop one.
Bianco? On. Yeah, ask him if he wants. On, left. Leave it, leave it, leave it, leave it. I'm crazy. Where you going?
Welcome back, soccer fans, to the start of the second half of action between the Oregon Panthers and the DeForest Norskies. It is the DeForest Norskies 1, Oregon Panthers 0 as we enter the second half. OCA Media sports programs like this would not be possible without our sponsors' generous financial support. The Village of Oregon, a great place to live, work, and play. The Oregon School District, actively building competency, character, culture, and community. The Oregon Athletic Booster Club, doing great things for all Panther sports. Your membership dues directly support our student athletes. Consider becoming a booster today. The Oregon Area Cares Community Coalition. Parenting teens is hard. We're here to help. OregonAreaCares.org. The Culvers of Oregon, Stoughton Health, Hy-Vee Grocery Stores, and Pizza Pit. OCA Media would like to thank our scoreboard sponsor, Panther Exteriors, your hometown exterior experts, proudly serving residents throughout Pantherland. And it is on that Panther Exterior scoreboard 1-0 DeForest. We'll see what the Panthers did at halftime to see if they can make some adjustments, Hayden.
I mean, yeah, I was looking over at the Oregon sideline to see if the coaches were really visibly kind of building up the hype so far. I mean, we actually have Drew Yachman making his appearance in the second half. Starting the second half, didn't play at all in the first half, I don't believe. But what I was saying is Coach Mitchell was really visibly kind of frustrated. You could see he was pointing a lot at the field and making runs, and I think that Oregon will start this second half stronger than the first.
I never like to play conjecture here, but when a healthy player of Yachman's caliber and age sits an entire half and doesn't get in the game when he's been either the number one sub or a starter, kind of makes you wonder.
Yeah, I don't really know what happened. I don't know if he had something that was important that came up and he wasn't here, because, I mean, we can't see the bench players from this distance, sadly. Ooh, a deflection.
Great deflection. Keeper is out of the box.
Takes out Stebbins in the process.
Dangerous play, aggressive play, and we're going to get a throw into Oregon. That was great hustle, though, to block that kick. Now Holtzen, he's going to play it back. He's got Cram, who is starting the second half, too. Eck didn't check to the ball. See, a lot of the Oregon players love to start running without the ball instead of coming to it, collecting it, and then going.
Yeah, that's usually something you see more in football, where players will think they have the ball and start running, and then they end up making a mistake. Same thing happening so far in this game.
And this is Yachman trying to make something happen in his first touches of the game.
He really needs to come on this field and really get all the Oregon players hyped up.
Helker just had a guy all over him. Shook him, but couldn't find feet on that one. There's Yachman again. Really making his presence felt here right away in the second half. Maybe a little frustration on the bench, having to watch his teammates out there without him and now coming out to show him what he's got.
Yeah, and I mean, sometimes that's the perfect time to come on, is when the rest of your team is down and you're the only one that's up, since you didn't have to really go through a lot of the struggles on the field. Maybe he has a little bit more confidence right now than a lot of the other players, and that can really help to build up the team.
We are going to get a throw in to Oregon. This will be Cram. Putting it into Holtzen. Nice throw, nice run, and a nice little play inside to Westfield. Well, Westfield had the run by Stebbins, he would have been able to put that right through. But just made that extra touch, and that gap closed immediately.
Yeah, And you saw Holton there attempting to through ball to Westfield. Westfield didn't make the run, though, as the ball does go straight to DeForest's goalkeeper, who puts in a really good punt way past half field.
And number 10 has broken through again.
Missed opportunity there.
Big missed opportunity, and he knows it. And Hansen was held on to his line. Really surprised they didn't come out and attack that ball.
Oh, yes. Hansen really seeming a little bit afraid there, but I think he actually used that as his strategy for that play there, as you'll usually see him come out, and if a goalie makes a mistake when he comes out, it's basically game over, as he is usually the last line of defense. So Hansen really waiting for the one-on-one there and waiting for the DeForest player to make a move or make a mistake, and ends up making a mistake there. But I think actually Hansen would have had that angle covered. He really had all of the angle covered when he went to dive.
That was a nice job, and it did go wide. But that was the same player that finished earlier in the game. That was Tutai, number 10. Now Hansen. Decent goal kick there. Trying to get a foot on there.
Graham with a little bit of a missed touch, it seemed, but good defense by Seitz.
Nice touch by Stebbins. Not able to get that second touch, though. Now Holtzen. Holtzen looking to cross it into Yachman. Yachman there causes the miscue. That's going to go out of bounds. It'll be a throw into DeForest. The Oregon team needs to collectively come up into play. We got guys jogging behind while the top three are sprinting, and it's causing too much gap in the center of the field.
Yeah, I think Yachman really did a good job of using his speed there to really close that gap on the pass. Almost had a good opportunity on goal there, but he's definitely putting in the work so far, and Oregon definitely looking better than they did in the first half. A lot more possession in DeForest's half.
It's going to be an Oregon throw. Some confusion over who would take said throw. Long throw does go over defender's head. Nobody really running to the ball, though. Everybody just kind of waiting.
Cram gets...
Referee is giving a kick to Oregon. They feel number 5 was out of control. Did kind of go aerial before. Basically, when you go aerial like that, you're saying you're not going to be playing the ball.
Yeah, and as a soccer referee myself, you see a lot of that play at younger levels too, and you just kind of wonder why a lot of players decide to go airborne. Almost nothing really good comes from it, as you can't control yourself when you're in the air, and so it does cause a lot of problems.
This will be Helker. He's going to try to play this
Great
one into
kick.
the box. Great bit kick. Got a head on it, just wide. Going to go out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick to Oregon. I'm sorry, rather DeForest.
Great floater from Holker into the box.
Trying to catch the defense sleeping, but not able to get it through. He'll go out of bounds. We're going to have another throw into Oregon. Yorger to Yachman. Not able to control that one. Out of bounds, throw into Forrest.
Yachman getting a little bit too much on it there. Yeager with a good header out of bounds.
And across the street.
Yeah, there's a lot of lost balls in the Hudson game. Hudson's defenders really made sure that ball was not going to be coming back into play. I'd say Oregon lost about 5
Another
balls.
extension of the hands. Unsportsmanlike there, too.
Yeah, I don't know what that was all about, but Oregon free kick in the end.
Seitz will take this one.
Seitz with the big booming.
Finds
Free kick.
Holtzen. But not able to control. Good job by Eck. Helker trying to hustle back on D. Now Jorger with his man. Nice job. Stayed with his man, doesn't let the cross get across, but it is going to be a corner kick. So DeForest will take this corner. Oregon bringing everybody but one man back. Westfield will stay high. DeForest goalkeeper even loving to come out on these plays. Nice cross, but no head on there. Flicked out of play by Oregon. Good job there by Stebbins closing out. There's some good team defense. Yachman showing his speed and tenacity. Staying with it, staying with it.
Still
Great
wins
job.
it and gets it over to Westfield.
Great job by Yachman there.
Clear will go out of bounds for an Oregon throw. Cram taking it.
No, nobody making those runs though.
Yeah,
Nobody's reading the play.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, he flicks it. He gets the throw to him. He flicks it, but he's flicking it to nobody.
Not many Oregon players there to really read that. It seems like all the attacking players on Oregon's team so far are playing at different paces. They're not really in sync at and knowing what each other are going to do. It kind of seems like they're all trying to guess, and the guesses are not really helping them out so far.
No, they need to start reading the play, and they need to read those gaps and start running to those spaces instead of just standing there waiting for a guy to make a play.
Good job by Holker there, winning that ball. Sends a through ball over to Stebbins. Stebbins has the speed to get there, but good job by the defender to really use his body to get in the way there.
Holton now. Again,
Holton with the
referee blowing the whistle this time. No attempt to play the ball.
Oh my gosh, not at all. And shoulder on the back from behind will always be a call, and if the ref doesn't call it, it's usually because of advantage. I'd be very surprised if the ref did not call that one.
Helker looking to serve this one in. He's going to put one out.
Good floater again. Finds a head,
Nice
a good
hit.
shot. Oh, man.
What a
Took it to-
shot.
Took a deflection as it is a corner kick, but oh my.
Did a great job off the half volley there.
Yeah, what a shot. Just wide left there, and
Everybody's starting to celebrate almost.
yeah, definitely took a deflection. It was definitely on target. The goalie dove one way when the ball's going the other, and that usually means a deflection happened. Going to be a deep cross from Holker. Good lofted cross into the center. Ball floating. Head on to Holtzen, but good job by the goalie getting that.
Keeper able to get that one. That was a corner kick from the fire agent side there. Now Yachman. Sights. Plays it upfield. Finds Jorger. Jorger off a defender.
I think Jorger was trying to force the ball out of bounds there.
Nice
Good.
job by Cram. Nice interception.
Good play, good pass. Just didn't have the pace, but good job. Good interception by Cram there.
The pass was a bit of a desperation pass by Cram, though, because he allowed the ball to get so far in front of him. He ran out of only about the one option.
Yeah, and you saw a good header there from Jaeger to head it back to Hansen to allow him to get a good punt over to Holtzen.
Absolutely, that was a great one. Now controlled. Just put into play. Waiting for somebody to just try and make something happen. Eck fighting. Cram now. DeForest player dribbles out of trouble. Finds his man. Keeps possession. It's one of the things that I've been impressed with DeForest tonight is they find feet.
They really do. Not really a shortage. They aren't really playing to space, besides if it's a through ball, and all the through balls have relatively been right to one of their players, which is what Oregon kind of is dreaming of doing right now.
Again, right there, another example of us not finding feet.
Oh, yeah.
Ideas
Stebbins
there,
taking
but no execution.
good defense by Kreckman.
Oh, it's a nice job by Kreckman, but correct call. That is a throw in to DeForest.
Yeah, mistouch by Stebbins, meant to go back, pass to, I don't know who that was, but just happened to be a little bit too far, and that's really what's killing Oregon is those one little mistakes. Will be a goal kick.
Will be a goal kick. Force player not quite getting what he wanted on that one.
Seriously, I haven't really mentioned it tonight, but really a perfect night for soccer. Not much wind at all. Temperature is
Beautiful for October.
relatively low, and yeah, usually don't see these temperatures in October in Wisconsin.
If you're not from the state and you're watching from far away, it was an unseasonable 86 degrees outside today.
Yeah, I mean, it was big shocker to see that much heat this late. Usually I remember in October there's almost feels like it's gonna snow sometimes.
Speaking of snow, I was able to get a video from my younger son who's playing hockey in Alaska, and he sent me a video today of it. It was snowing and collecting on the ground today.
Already.
Already.
Yeah, I mean, that far up north, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we see that kind of weather in Wisconsin in a month.
Not unheard of. Maybe in a week.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at the temperatures, and it looks like it's going to go from, you said 84 today. It looks like it's going to drop down to the 50s just this weekend. So.
Yep, it's going to be more fall-like right around the corner. Now Stebbins.
Ooh.
Tries to play that through.
Holker seemed to think there was a Oregon player behind him there as he just really let that one through.
Well, I think he thought that Yachman would start his run earlier because he did know Yachman was there, and I think he was thinking that he would take that ball, but there was no communication. Mass substitution.
On for Oregon, number 5, Keegan Langenall, number 7, Juan Carcano, 8, Chris
Have we-
Carcano, and number 21, Nesh Dolbo.
Have we seen any of Lagnall today?
I believe that is Laganall's first appearance of tonight's game. Another player that we normally see quite a bit of.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised at the coach's decisions tonight. I mean, I'm not really surprised that they're wanting to play the players that they think are stronger, but you're never going to have a good attacking opportunity if you're only playing the players, or the same players all the time. They'll definitely get exhausted. Good speed by Cram there to win the ball.
Kreckman looking for Langenall, but again, just kind of no touch there.
Yeah, I mean, that seems to be a lot of Oregon's choices so far. Have been a little bit too far.
So they're saying that it's going to be a goal kick. I thought that had gone up for a throw-in, but I guess my eyes deceived me.
Yeah, I think so too. A lot of the Oregon players seem to be agreeing with you there. They were asking for a throw-in, but decision is a goal kick.
Now Langenall. He was trying to find Holtzen, just didn't quite get the execution. Controlled by DeForest.
Good touch by Cram to keep it in bounds. Still good touch to win the throw-in for Oregon.
Should be a throw-in by Oregon. Good call by the ref.
Holtzen, good through ball opportunity. Ooh.
Some fans disagreed, but it actually was pretty clear from our angle that was a good call.
100%.
Now into Dolball.
Ooh.
Had a nice idea for that turn. Now Mariani.
Mariani, good job using his body and really playing it safe there. Great defense.
Great defense, great control. Again, decision making. Had Holtzen wide open, easy pass, and tries to go against the grain and just gives it away.
Yeah, I think what the coaches will be saying right now to the players is talk. Obviously, we can't really hear the talk conversations that the players are having, but it seems like Oregon's players are not talking, and they kind of don't seem to be on the same page.
I had a coach that I still to this day respect as one of the most knowledgeable soccer coaches I've ever met, who often said, with a rare exception, and then we're talking rare exception, the easy play is always the best play because it's the easy play.
Oh, yeah. I mean, for sure, when I'm playing soccer, they always would get.
Kreckman being called for the foul there. Players often think that if they make some spectacular play or force some ball that has a 20% chance of making it through, and yes, if it gets through on that 20% chance, yes, it could be a big play, but there's a reason that the other play is a 90% play.
Yeah, I mean, as I was saying before the foul was called, coaches always tell players the fact that the easy option is, like you said, always the best option, and never play difficult because that's rarely going to help you. Good catch by Hansen there.
Yeah, great control by Hansen. No doubt about who is controlling that. Instead of getting in front of that ball and just trapping it easy, Doble trying to make a little bit of a chippy play, cheeky play really is what I meant. But instead, doesn't even touch the ball.
Yeah. I mean, is a handball on DeForest, is a free kick, but yeah, I don't know. Oregon playing a little bit sloppier than I'm used to seeing. I mean, not that they play sloppy a lot, but they usually. Oh, good header by Doble there. Flashes wide though.
That was an aggressive play. I liked that out of Doble. We haven't seen that out of him tonight.
Yeah, Oregon definitely needing to see a lot of aggressiveness if they want to stay in this game.
That's the mentality the players are going to have in a game like this. Definitely have come out with some fire and some better play in the second half already, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, Oregon really possessing the ball on DeForest half, I'd say more than DeForest on Oregon's half, unlike we saw in the first half. So it's good to see this change of pace as I kind of expected.
I loved that play by Lang and all there. Unfortunately,
Good
it was
play
given
by
away.
Cram. Ooh.
That's going to go out of bounds. That's going to be a throw into Oregon. We're going to get another substitution. Holtzen going to come out now.
Back on for Oregon, number 3, Max Westfield.
Max Westfield back in for Holtzen. Westfield, very competent player in that role. Now Lang and all. Nice job by Seitz.
Throw to Oregon. Good job by Seitz. Gets the deflection off the defender for a throw. Good throw by Cram there.
Nice job by Westfield. That was great footwork.
Ooh.
Put himself right back into trouble. He could have just passed it right up to the corner and let Langenau run onto that. He had to make the extra play though.
Yeah, Westfield's always looking to have the highlight reel, you could say. Always wants to take it by himself, but definitely needs to look for his team for support. Good defense by
It was a nice
Seitz.
stop by Seitz. Now Westfield.
Westfield being completely held, just got put in a headlock.
Nice
and
job. Love the call.
Ref will finally call that. Good call by the ref.
Westfield was able to actually, you got to give credit to Westfield. He sold that by getting his hands out wide and showing the referee that he was not holding his player. Yes, they both were interlocked for a second, but that was it. That was where the referee swallowed his whistle appropriately. But then, as the play got a little chippier, Westfield puts his arms out, but the DeForest player maintained his aggression and hold on Westfield, and that's why that play ended up being called that way.
Yeah, and I think what sold it is when the DeForest player put Westfield in basically a headlock and made it so he couldn't move anywhere. I think that's definitely what sold the call.
We do have a corner kick coming for DeForest, though. We are at the 62nd minute of the second half. 1-0 DeForest still. Corner kick to DeForest. Volley. Header. Not on.
Flashes really wide.
Really, really wide. I think it just grazed his head. I think he miscalculated that one a bit because he was the only player there.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to get a Substitution, a couple of Oregon players. We're going to get Holtzen in for Eck, and Helker is coming in for Mariani now. And we are going to get one other substitution as Stebbins comes in for Langenau. Player who came in earlier was Carcano. Haven't really called his name yet, though. And if I'm going to be just brutally honest, as I've been all game, I think that they need to get Yachman back in this game.
Oh, yeah. He definitely seemed to bring the spark and the fire to this Oregon side.
The way he plays, he definitely needs a rest, but I think that the rest has been ample at this point.
100%. Oh, my gosh. I don't know how Dobo kept that in bounds.
Really a great play to keep it in bounds. Unfortunately, kind of all for naught.
As have a lot of the plays been.
Holtzen got caught reaching, as they say, and nice job by Westfield. That was a great timed kick, or I'm sorry, slide tackle. Now Stebbins comes out, finds Carcano.
Juan with a good ball, but Dobo not quite in front of the defender there.
Carcano staying with it.
Stebbins with the delivery too, but also good defense. Good header by.
Over the back, though, as they say in basketball, that's going to be a foul against Oregon, and it's going to be a DeForest kick.
Definitely surprising to see Stebbins get that much height on his jump, considering the height difference between him and the defender there.
Like the aggressiveness, like that attitude out of this team in this half.
Oregon definitely going to need that in the last 15 minutes of this game. Good kick by Holtzen. Dobo attempting to get there, just overruns it a little bit.
That's going to go out of bounds, and Oregon throw.
Actually, ref calls it.
They're going to give it to DeForest. I think Jorger was trying to sell it.
Yeah, I mean, he already took the throw before the ref even though the ref was already signaling that it was a DeForest throw. So definitely trying to escape with one there, but ref doing a good job on not letting him do that.
Returning for DeForest number 8, Jose Belize, number 10, Jacob Tutai.
Ball in danger zone right here, but good clear. Doesn't really get anywhere after the clear from Cram. Good job by Holker there to get it up to Dobo. Dobo not going to quite have the speed, or it does.
Does have the speed and is able to get through his man.
Good job by
Using his
Nej.
body.
Does get a little bit chopped, but stays with the ball. Good. Ooh.
And we're going to get the call.
That seemed to be all ball, but ref sees otherwise.
Really couldn't be in a more perfect spot.
Yeah, I mean, from this, quick. Catches all of DeForest off guard. Stebbins.
Stebbins just waits too long to pull the trigger. He thought he had all day, and he didn't.
Good through ball. Holtzen going to have good speed there. Gets shoved
Great
from behind.
job by Holtzen to get back.
Was a great idea to really take that kick early. I mean, caught all three of the DeForest players in the wall off guard, but Stebbins took a little bit too long.
Just way too much time. That was one touch to collect and then dribble and then shot, and he took two.
Yeah, but I mean, once Stebbins gets a real look, then he definitely will have a good shot. So almost gets the shot off, but Oregon definitely should have another attempt in the next few minutes.
Crowd thinking that ball was a lot closer on net than it was, but if you can tell by during live play, you can tell by Noah Hansen's body language that was never coming anywhere close.
Yeah, and he's really good at judging where the ball's going. It was kind of surprising in the Hudson game. I don't think we actually got it on camera, but Hudson player took a shot from quite outside the 18-yard box, and it just happened to dip into the bar, caught Hansen off his line. So it's really rare to see Hansen make a mistake like that. Lack of communication in the box from Oregon, and there will be a shot.
And a goal.
And a goal. a huge lack in communication on Oregon's defense there.
And that a play like that happens because Noah Hansen, who's ultimately the one in charge of everything, didn't take charge. That ball should have been his. He should have gone out and gotten it. He should have communicated to his defenseman and went and got it. But instead, allows the defender to track that ball down, half cut back, and goes in for a score.
Holton.
I'm not normally one to come down on the keeper, especially one like Hansen, who I think is a tremendous keeper, folks. But sometimes you got to lay responsibility where it lies, and that one was on Hansen.
Yeah, you could see Seitz was kind of just letting it go to him. I don't know if Hansen just expected, I mean, everyone on defense there expected Hansen to already be out and ready, but he was still back on his line, and definitely goes back to the point of a lot of talking on the defensive part of Oregon needs to start happening.
Now, the Panther exterior scoreboard says 2-0 DeForest. And we are at the 68-minute mark with only 12 minutes left in this game. Oregon under some dire duress.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Both of the goals really aren't really insanely good shots as much as it's just Oregon's defense really kind of being caught off guard both times. Good pass over to Juan Carcano from Max Westfield as Juan will look to take a shot, does take a shot.
Right in the arms of the waiting keeper, though.
Yeah, and that's what you'll see when you have, from a lot of these players actually, when you'll see that they have to pull the trigger really fast, is that they'll not be able to place their shots very well, just maybe get it on target, and that's about it.
Carcano, wasn't a terrible option by any means. He got there, he got the shot off. In those situations, with a 3-on-1, would have liked to have maybe just seen him one-touch it back to his own man and create some imbalance and keep everybody guessing, so to speak. But again, can't really blame him for wanting to take the shot either.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Especially with the scoreline, you're always going to take a lot of shots whenever you get an opportunity.
Carcano now plays it back. DeForest player there on defense, though. Kreckman able to win that ball. Seitz clears to Carcano. DeForest wanted to call, but I'm really not sure what they were wanting to call for.
I think he saw a handball.
Now Eck.
I have not seen Oregon's team really play this kind of confused, at least. Obviously, we haven't seen any of their losses, all of their losses besides possibly tonight being away. So it's very interesting to see when Oregon is down, why they are down, and you can really see that tonight.
That's Yakman that has come back into play now. Perhaps 5 minutes too late.
Yeah, that's always a possibility, though. We can always say whatever we're thinking, but ultimately, of course, it's up to the coaches and what they're thinking.
Of course, absolutely. And Mitchell and staff have done an incredible job over the years here.
Oh, my gosh.
We're not insinuating otherwise, folks.
Oh, my gosh, yeah, the amount that they have done coming into this team is extraordinary, and it is a little bit tougher what they're having to deal with, obviously losing so many seniors that really were the key elements to the state championship teams of Division II, and to really lose those and then have to completely, essentially rebuild. I mean, they have a few returning players that are seniors now, but other than that, not really.
We've talked about all season, a very young team. Definitely shows flashes of a team that is on the rise, though, with their youth, and a lot of exciting things likely yet to come.
Yeah,
in the future for this group.
A lot of potential. I really can't wait for next year when all of the juniors obviously become seniors, because I've played with a lot of the now juniors, and they really are something when they get to play against players that are all their age or below.
That was a great opportunity between Stebbins and Cram. And a heck of a try. Now Holton. And we are going to get a goal kick. Holton trying to sell the corner, but not able to get it.
7 minutes left in the game.
DeForest going to play the substitution game from here on out, and can't blame him. It's exactly what any coach would do.
Oh my gosh, yeah. See it every single game.
That was Helker. Now Yachman. Right there. Yachman, just his tenacity and speed to get back and to keep the defender from that ball. He's brought an element this half that wasn't there when he was not in.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, coaches can say all that they want to the players, but it really just takes that commitment and that, as you were saying, that tenacity to really step forward and be the one lead example, and that's what Yachman has really been doing so far. So amazing job to him to really still have all this confidence and all this real ability to start attacks and to be down 2 goals. You definitely love to see that. You never want to see a team that when they're down mentally.
Only takes one, though.
For sure.
Player got beat.
Good goal.
I'm going to say that might be the dagger, Hayden.
I'd be very surprised. Oregon, the way they're playing, coming back from a 3-goal deficit.
We're at the 73rd minute mark of the second half of an 80-minute game. They play 80 minutes in high school soccer in the state of Wisconsin. That is a 3-0 lead for DeForest now. You can see the shoulders on the Oregon players just kind of sank on that one.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, when you're already down and then the other team starts to take over, that's definitely when the mentality's down, and you could already see that was starting to happen. I mean, the enthusiasm on the defense was already down, as usually the defense is always the one that is getting yelled at, even when the offense isn't really doing much of anything either.
I don't have a reference tool here in the box. Unfortunately, we don't have ESPN statisticians up here in the OCA Media box, Hayden, but something just occurred to me based on some of the things we talked about earlier in regards to DeForest. I'd be real curious to know the last time DeForest beat an Oregon team.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Let alone beat them in Oregon.
I mean, if you look back on OCA Media's YouTube channel, you can look back at past years. I think up to, I believe, they have about 4 years worth of game footage still available if you want to look back, and I don't know if any of those years you will see DeForest beating Oregon, let alone if the game was even as close as it was today.
I would actually dare take an educated guess, Hayden, and say that I bet it hasn't happened in 20 years.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you start to see a lot of teams really building up their soccer program. We saw the same thing with Monona Grove. Monona Grove in the past not really having a huge soccer impact, but really they've begun to build a really good powerhouse team for Division II soccer, and they will probably dominate now that Whitefish Bay and Oregon are not down there. And so it's also good to see teams that might not have been good in the past to get much better. Ooh, Holker runs past it there.
So another interesting thing that call me crazy, but I'm not seeing any shin guards on Holton.
Yeah, I don't really know. Usually refs, unless ref sees them, he usually will ask that player to step off and puts them on. I'm kind of surprised because, I mean, I never really pay attention to shin guards because refs are supposed to check in players before every game to make sure they don't have any jewelry and make sure they have shin guards on. So I'm a little surprised. You do see a lot of players have really short socks and short shin guards, but yeah, that definitely looks like Holton does not have anything, which is very dangerous. I would not recommend playing with no shin guards.
They'd be the shortest shin guards in history, Hayden.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And some players, I do know that some players prefer not to play with shin guards because it does give you a little bit of an edge and speed boost, but then again, almost all refs are going to require you to, so I'm a little surprised that the ref has not noticed.
That was Yachman, by the way. Again, almost breaking in and
Of course,
creating
yeah.
an opportunity.
Of course, we've seen in this game so far Yachman playing exceptionally well under the circumstances of the scoreline.
3.5 minutes left in the game. DeForest 3, Oregon 0 on the Panther Exteriors scoreboard. Do want to take a minute while we're seeing the last few minutes play out here as Hansel collect this ball. Just to remember our sponsors, the Village of Oregon, the Oregon School District, the Oregon Athletic Booster Club, the Oregon Area Cares Community Coalition, Culvers of Oregon, Stoughton Health, Hy-Vee Groceries, and Pizza Pit. And again, one more time, it is 3-0 on the Panther Exterior scoreboard. Cram throws that ball in, gets it back from Yek. Now Mariani. Up to Keogh. Keogh over to Yachman. Yachman in.
Oh my gosh, Yachman, of course, being the lead example of what everyone on the team should be striving to do.
Has not let down his pace since he's come in.
No, he has not. He definitely should be one of those players where even if the entire team is down, he should be going home happy by how he played. I mean, so far he really has not looked like he is on a losing team.
No. The really one of the few players that we haven't had any negative things to say about today. Not that we're trying to be negative, folks. These are young kids. We know that. Just trying to be objective, though, and point out some areas where our favorite team here could improve because we want them to improve.
Definitely not professionals, and I mean, you always can look at how the team has done in the past, and you got to always realize these are newer players, and this for a lot of the players on this team, this is the first time they've even played or experienced varsity before. So
nice job heading that back into play was Mariani. Loved the idea.
As there is 1 minute 30 seconds left.
Nobody wants the ball. Crammon done a nice job intercepting that ball. Put it into play, but nobody checked too.
One thing I have realized is Cram really just never is stopping. He never really, if his defender gets past him, he's right back on the charge and doesn't wait for anybody to take over for him.
He is doing a nice job. He's not giving up on the play.
1 minute remaining in the match.
There's 1 minute to play. Oregon down 3-0. Going to take a loss and move down the standings in the Badger Conference.
To second, I believe. Second still not horrible, but if you look at the conference, Oregon, in theory, shouldn't have too much competition if you look at how the other teams are doing.
I believe Oregon's streak of, is it 11 straight conference titles in danger now?
Something like that. I don't know, if you look in the trophy case, there sure is a lot. I can never count it, how many there are.
Nice job by Mariani, trying to make that last push. 10 seconds left in the game. PA announcer will help.
6,
Trying to get a
4, 3, 2, 1.
That will do it. The final score on the Panther Exterior scoreboard, Oregon 0, DeForest Norskies 3. Oregon taking a loss on their home field. Not many of those over the years.
First of the season.
First of the season on the home field. First conference loss in quite a while.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't even, I don't remember the last home loss. It has been a lot of away losses, but this season, but.
You may not have been born, Hayden.
Possibly. I mean, if it's going all the way back to 2007, then Jesus, Oregon has quite a record at home.
An unfortunate loss tonight. We do want to talk a little bit about that, but first, one more nod to the sponsors who make programs like this possible. Without their generous financial support, we would not be able to stream these games for our fans at home. The Village of Oregon, a great place to live, work, and play. The Oregon School District, actively building competency, character, culture, and community. The Oregon Athletic Booster Club, doing great things for all Panther sports. Your membership dues directly support our student athletes. Consider becoming a booster today. The Oregon Cares Community Coalition. Parenting teens is hard. We're here to help. OregonAreaCares.org. Culvers of Oregon. Stoughton Health. Hy-Vee Grocery Stores, and Buy Pizza Pit. OCA Media would also thank our scoreboard sponsor, Panther Exteriors, your hometown exterior experts, proudly serving residents throughout Panther land. Again, Oregon 0, DeForest 3. Hayden, final thoughts.
I mean, hey, I think the gameplay speaks for itself here. I mean, Oregon struggling definitely in the first half, looking a little bit better in the second half all the way up until I'd say at least the last 10 minutes where they kind of let things go after they realized that not much was working. And great game played by DeForest. As we mentioned, haven't really seen a lot from their side over the years, but definitely a great job of their program getting their team to this point and number one in the division, number one in the conference now. Oregon now second in the conference, and yeah, DeForest played really good on defense, really controlled, had a good attack whenever they got the ball. I mean, they didn't really miss many opportunities that they had to shoot, and Oregon just kind of struggled to play to the speed that DeForest was, and so they'll definitely look to improve on that in the future before the postseason begins.
Excellent analysis, Hayden. As we end the broadcast tonight, again, one last time, Oregon 0, DeForest 3. I'm Jeff Rohr. On behalf of Hayden Lorenz and the rest of our OCA Media production crew, we thank you for watching OCA Media Sports. Once again, if you want to support Oregon Community Access Media, please contact Paul at ocamedia.com. We want to thank you, and we will see you at our next broadcast.